Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Intrepid Dawn. My name is Captain Katarn, and today we are going to stream some Star Wars Galaxies. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a Jedi Knight stream. So what we're going to do here is I had started a character. In the tutorial, I started this guy who was going to be my crafter, but really, when I look back at it, I don't need a crafter, or I can definitely respec somebody else, so I'm going to delete him. This is my second time deleting character on here. Delete. Forgot to write that. So we're going to make a new Jedi character tonight. And I figured that we'd go through the Legacy quest together just to get some content on the channel, and because I think it would be fun. Alright, so this is the other Jedi I have. He's already level 90 because I used the token on him. But the problem is I don't have all the cool stuff I need in order to actually use him. So we're going to create a new character because sometimes the journey is absolutely more important than the destination. So we'll go ahead and do it on Omega. And my other videos will show you how to get to this point so that you can connect. And I have a link in the card. If you need help with that, you're welcome to check it out. And if you have any questions, I'll try to assist you if I can. Now, I'm going to make this guy look like me. Okay, he's going to be me in Star Wars. So what would I look like? I want to be as non-Jedi-like as possible. In fact, I want my Jedi to wear clothes and not robes. So I think we're gonna go with this. I do like this. I picked this last time, but I think it's a very unique look in SWG. These clothes are not used that often, so anything that can make you stand out from the crowd is exciting, in my opinion. So I'm gonna call him Tim. Oh, go back. I don't like that name. And it doesn't let me do Katarn because it considers that to be a protected name, unfortunately. I used to get away with it. At least you can on the email. So, Tim Katarn. Not exactly happy with that. Let me see if I can do it like this. Okay, I probably already have that. I should have looked at my characters' names before I started. Okay, we'll try one other thing. No. Alright. So, I guess it is, parentheses, Tim Katarn. Very well. Alright, so here's my guy. Now, myself, I'm a little bit below average height. I would say average height. In the US, it's probably, what, like 6 feet or something? It's ridiculous. I am 5'9", so go with about that. Or that's weight. What am I doing? Okay, we'll put weight about right there. Because, like, really thin looks terrible. And really heavy looks bad, but medium is not right. So I would say it's more like that. So we'll go ahead and make him about 5'9". I would think that's pretty good. And for muscle, not really. I'm going to make him non-muscular. Just want him to look like a regular dude. For torso and muscles kind of work on the same scale. I think this might be used for other races. But in this case, I mean, what you do with the torso, you do with the muscle. And you see the torso makes the legs move as well. So we will go ahead and do that. That's perfect. Now I need to work on his coloring. I think that's hard to get a good natural skin tone from this. I think that's okay. And then we have to get rid of these freckles. All right, very good. And this molester stash needs to go as well. Let's see, I'm gonna make a Jedi. So if I'm gonna make him in my own image, I have a goatee, so maybe I should give him one as well. Although I think that's actually technically called a Fu Manchu, but I will always call it a goatee. Hey, what's going on, guys? Wicked and Ross, good to see you make the stream. All right, and this hair is great. My hair is actually turning gray. I'm in my mid-30s, and yeah, life's a bitch like that sometimes. Can't get away from it. So let's take a look. So I'm gonna do that for the eyebrows. Yeah, definitely a pedo stash there. All right, perfect. I like this. He has the eyes I wish I had, so we'll keep that. Let's take a look at the hair. there is one hair that I really like that's not on here. So maybe at some point I'll use my entertainer to give me the hair that I want. I don't mind that. That's not bad. This is the one that I originally had whenever I first started Star Wars Galaxies. In fact, I looked very much like this. But this one's kind of different. I don't know. It's that or this, and I don't really like pushing it back. So I think I'm gonna go with this. It's very rare in a game like this that I do something different. So we'll go ahead and use that. And for the face, let's go ahead and see how bad does the aging look. See, no, that's okay. I think you could probably be age 1 without it looking terrible. And then this is all shades of terrible. Yeah, I couldn't look like that and be okay with myself. So I think I'll do age 1 because I think that's pretty rare. Most people probably don't do that. And then we'll give him a nice strong chin, a little bit of a jaw. We don't need. So the jaw actually makes a pretty big difference. Now, one of the girls that I dated, she unfortunately inherited her father's jaw, which is a nicely. It was a large jaw. Anyway, so the mouth. Okay, that changes the face considerably, and the lips. We need those thin, villainous lips. Just kidding. All right, so we'll do that, and let's take a look at the eyes. First of all, I'm very jealous of the eye color. I have got brown eyes. I'm not very. I don't stand out in that way. So this is one thing that I would always like my online characters to have, or just eyes that I would want to have in real life. So we'll go ahead and do that. And as far as the nose goes, that's not a very strong nose. You need to have the nose of a Caesar. Okay, these are the eye shapes, eye size. Woo, bug eyes, small eyes. I think that smaller is probably more realistic looking. And then nose width. Yes, we definitely want some nose width and some nose protrusion. Yes, okay, now this guy has a nice, strong nose. 10 hours later. Yes, okay, we're getting to it. Fine. Creating your character is like, seriously, this is your character for the rest of the game. So it takes a while. All right, I'll go ahead and do that. Can't make him. I wish there was a button I could push to make him make a face, but sometimes when you do things, he randomly makes a face on his own, just making sure we have everything done. Okay, 10 hours later, we're good to go. You guys are keeping me on point. So now we're going to be a Jedi, and I'll watch the preview movie for you. Prepared for anything.
Powered by the Force.
Oh, so amazing.
The path to Jedi can be yours.
It can be. All right. Path to Jedi is mine. Let's make this so. So we'll go ahead and log in now. And we've created our character. Oh, no, 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 absolutely not. Jeez, I'm going to have to put up a cover page. Hang on. All right, hopefully it doesn't scan that. And that's 1,000 times worse. No. Okay. And I can't get through this. So, unfortunately right now it's playing a whole bunch of stuff that I'll probably have to edit this video afterwards. It may even cut off my stream. We'll see. Yeah, that was pretty bad. And you can't skip it. No matter what you hit, it's gonna just do its thing. And you guys are welcome to play with me on the server as well, if you get set up. Yep. It's still going. Okay, because the opening crawl, just showing that, has had Fox like copy flag my videos before. Let me turn off my cover page. Okay, here we go. I think we're almost okay. Okay, there we go. Finally. There's no way to skip that. So that was, that's pretty scary. Let me know if the audio is too loud.
Are you awake in there? I am C3PO, Human Cyborg Relations.
Okay, we kind of went through this in the last video, so I'm going to quickly set this up the way I want it to be, and then we are going to,
To get your bearings, move your mouse to look around the room.
we're going to get started very quickly.
Notice the yellow bar stretched across the bottom of your screen. This is your experience bar. When it fills up, you will gain a new level and advance your skills. Check with the 21B droid to receive your medical status.
Alright, give me 2 seconds, guys. Just
W, A, S, and D.
trying to get everything that we need set up real quick. Oh yeah, one more thing. Turn this off because it's annoying.
Use the W, A, S, and D keys to
Okay, so let me know about the sound.
Excellent. Now talk to
Are you
the
feeling
21B
better?
droid by
I'm feeling much better.
and selecting
Excellent.
Shut up, 3PO.
It seems you are fully recovered. Why don't you check that nearby supply cupboard for a newfound blaster?
Okay, excellent.
You must open your inventory. Do
All
this
right,
now
so
by pressing the I key.
get that set up because I'm going to use auto fire.
Clicking on the blaster icon in your inventory. Press I again to close your inventory window. Now try out your blaster by destroying two of those crates over there. Single click a crate to fire your blaster at it. Keep firing at the crates until they are destroyed. Splendid! I have given a quest to destroy a security panel by the exit over there. Press the J key to examine.
Ah, and again. Really?
Moron, anyone who can use their brains or a blaster's up their
tasks
ass.
for your current quest.
Name's Han Solo. This
Even
is-
though...
Look, we're a little short of time, and reinforcements should be on the way soon. Let's get out of here.
Jeez, there's just like... There's just no way to get around that. Alright. Gonna have to kill the sound for now. Sorry about that, guys. That's... Even though I had the sound all the way off for the music, there's just no way around it sometimes in this this opening scene. So let me go ahead and...
That recruit is Imperial property.
Okay. Han shoots first again.
Boxes, kid, and keep firing until we have a clear path out.
Use Han as a shield. I don't actually have any specials I can use with this. Alright, excellent. So we got them all, and we're ready to get out of here.
Get on board the Falcon, kid. This place is gonna blow.
Macro loot. I'll show you this. This is going to be an advanced thing. Ah, okay. They haven't given me a chat bar yet, so I can't.
Get on board the Falcon, kid. This place is gonna blow.
Alright, so you guys still there? Or can you even hear me? Alright, very cool. Now we're going through the Star Destroyers, which I have to say that of all the ships in sci-fi, Star Destroyers are probably my favorite. Right.
Sounds like they're not very happy to see us. Chewie, get us out of here.
I'm just looking around. I wonder where that escape pod was supposed to be.
What do you mean a hyperdrive isn't working? Well, that's great. Kid, I'm gonna need you up in the turret while I fix the Falcon.
Very well. I am ready for this. I cannot... Okay, great. Good to see you, Wicked.
Throttle back your engines and prepare to
Oh no. Darth Vader wants me personally. I must be powerful indeed.
Tell you what to do. I have to go to help Chewie get her running.
To climb into the turret, please click on the turret ladder.
Alright, here we go.
Hold them off. We've almost got it fixed.
Okay, now I forget what the target is. I think it's T, maybe? Yeah. I like how they at least show you where you need to aim. Because I am not good at this. I did connect my joystick for this though, because I am anticipating doing some jump for light speed, or jump to light speed, and I definitely want these guys. There we go. All right, we got that one, and where's the other one?
Solo is waiting in the cockpit. Press L to leave the turret.
Come on around. This is just fun. So you can actually go up in your ship with other people and just do this. They'll park somewhere and you can just shoot all day long and get space XP, and it's a lot of fun. But I mean, you can also do combat situations, player versus player. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, this is definitely like the Ebon Hawk. I would say that this came out a year afterwards, but was probably in development before that. So we'll go ahead and leave the ship station. Awesome, now we're going to go up to the cockpit, and this is going to be one of those whoa moments. So let me make sure I get out of the way. Here we go. Awesome. Whoa. Now, if they only made the ship disappear a little bit quicker, I think it would have more meaning. Yeah, but think about it like this. It's like the Ebon Hawk, that one of your friends can actually fly in real time and that you can shoot, and you can shoot at other people while people dance and sing and do all kinds of stupid stuff inside of your ship. It is fantastic what they were able to do with the game internally. I mean, just amazing. All right, so here we are. So I need work. So we're going to talk to Han. So this is where we kind of left off with the other series, but now this time I'm a Jedi because Jedi is very popular, and I wanted to show it. I think people will enjoy it.
Great work up there, kid.
Okay.
Rough when you cross the Empire. Those ties tore apart the Falcon. Anyway, I have a little gift for you from some friends.
Some friends. Thanks, but who are these friends?
But what is important is that they paid me a lot of money to bust you out.
I suppose I have to work for your friends now?
Personally, I don't care who you work for. Empire or Rebellion, either way you need money. From what I've seen, you should be able to make some easy credits.
All right, then. Who's willing to pay me around here?
Kid, this place needs all the help it can get. Lately, it's been overrun with thugs and scoundrels, and the station master's powerless to stop them.
Do you have a contact for me?
If you insist on following that hokey religion, there's a guy named Noslin you should meet. He's probably meditating in the closed combat training room.
Thanks, I'll go there now.
See you later, kid.
All right. This game shut down in 2011. Honestly, Ross, I wouldn't buy it at this point. I'm just saying.
To open the overhead map.
If you have messages opened up on your channel, I'll send you something later.
The map will show the layout of your current level.
Not that I wouldn't play it, I'm just saying I wouldn't buy it. That's me personally. There are other methods. There's something familiar about you. You have a connection to the Force, do you not? Yes, I was sent to you by Han Solo. Okay, so only Han is going to speak to us, so the rest of them I'm just going to kind of read. I'm not going to read them out loud. Beg your pardon. Right. He feels my power. Awesome. Alright, so we've learned our quest, learning the ways of the Force. We're going to talk to this angry guard in the cantina, and they want to see if I can calm him down. Now, you have two choices here. You could actually do that, and that would keep you on the light side of the Force, or you could tell him to give in to his hate, and that would be a very dangerous thing to do. So I think that I am going to try to follow the Obi-Wan path for now. We can always diverge later. Alright, so what's wrong? And I'm sorry to hear that. Right. I guess not. Okay, so we've talked him down. Wow, that was tense. Very, very. Right, Alex. I think is it level 30? I think it was one of the first couple ones. Like I said, I've used the token on it before. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Gotta go down. I really appreciate that, though. Welcome to the channel, man. Okay, so here we are, and I need to do some work here. So we have Jedi training pool arm, which I'm going to equip, and we have to disable, looks like 7 droids. And it kind of makes sense. You know, the lightsaber, as cool as it is like more dangerous, I believe, to the actual user of the lightsaber than it is to anyone that you want to hit with it, because all sides of the surface are cutting. So, you know, it's just awesome. Leveled up. You know, it's you think that you're spinning it around and being all badass with it, but you know, you touch yourself with that even once, and there goes a limb. So it kind of makes sense, I guess, not to start off with a lightsaber right away as a Padawan or anything else. All right, so we've killed everybody. We've done the Way of the Force. Yay. Okay, so we're level 2 right now, as you can see. To get off the station, you need to be at least level 5. So we're going to have a little bit more work to do. But the good news is that... Oh, we have to go up to the atrium. Okay. Not done. All right, they want me to kill 7 Tanakh mites. Okay, here we go. Yeah, technically, I mean, I have, let's see, 2, 3. I've got quite a few myself, actually, Alex. I used to buy, this is bad. My dad doesn't ever watch these streams, so I can talk about it. But back in college, he'd have a credit card for me that I could use at like Walmart if I needed something or whatever, and he paid for it. So I used to buy a copy of Star Wars Galaxies. Oh, what was the one with Rage of the Wookiees? Was it the Total something? I used to buy a copy of that every other week, you know, whenever I could get away with it, just so I could get another Bark Speeder and sell it. So I have tons of those, Total, yeah, I think it's the Total Experience. I've got tons of those sitting around. I have to find them, but I definitely do have them. Oh, we gotta find and kill the Might Queen. I'm not watching my my quest bar over there. So now we're gonna come in here and we're gonna kick some ass. Yeah, Total Experience. I had so many of those. It was crazy. All right, now she's over here somewhere. There she is. The Might Queen. It's kind of like the Meat Lump King, right? That was an old joke in Star Wars Galaxies, that there would be this Meat Lump King, and it was never part of the game. Then finally they added him in at the end. So it's this brings a lot of stuff back. I mean, if you didn't play all those years ago, you know, while you definitely missed out on some cool stuff, it's not too late to jump in. Definitely recommend it. And if you're gonna play, this is probably the best experience in terms of having the space combat as well. Alright, so we're going to see Noslin in the close combat training room. Or I went the wrong way. Yep. Yeah, I love the Bark Speeder, so hopefully I'll get a chance to grab one of those. Very good. We'll try.
You have advanced in your profession and earned your first skill. Press the 1 key to assign the ability to your right mouse button.
Okay, so we are going to do this. Now, the Padawan Robe is gives agility. It's pretty good, but I hate the way it looks. So thankfully, they have what's called the Appearance tab. So I'm going to re-equip all of my clothes as Appearance. And it's going to look like I'm just a dude. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that's pretty cool. Alright. We also have this sleeveless jacket. These pants. To be honest, I like these pants better, even if they don't give me a bonus. They're fine. Because at this point, you know, a bonus doesn't do a lot. So we'll go ahead and go with that. And now I'm able to wear the robe and get all the bonuses of the robe without looking like a total dweeb. So I think everyone wins. Let's see, where's Han Solo? Okay, we're gonna go back to the hangar. Oh, that's nice. I started on the Scylla server. I remember this, December 26th, 2003, because I got the game for myself for Christmas, because who was going to actually buy that for me? I was such a dork back then.
Well, my diagnostics on the Falcon are done. I'm glad you're getting comfortable here, because we're stuck until I get this problem fixed.
Well, what's the problem?
Yeah, the hyperdrive is still inoperative. Would you go over to the other hangar and get some parts that I need?
Sure.
Talk to the head mechanic in the other hangar. He'll be
All
able
right.
to send the parts to me.
All right, I'll go now. We'll accept that. Talk to the head mechanic. Awesome. We're almost to level 5, and we'll be able to get off the station very shortly.
To use an object, click on it.
Actually, we should probably talk to the pilot trainer.
Choose an action to perform on it.
Okay, do I have a, let's see, did they give me a ship? Yeah, okay, so this Psych Light Fighter is awesome because it's, like, neutral. And I believe you can actually keep it. At least you used to be able to take it away. Yeah, I went, I played on, I started on Scylla. Scylla was always a small server, even when they were at peak population. It was always one of, like, the also-rans. So I would also make characters on other ones. So I had one on Bria. I did a bunch of PvP on Bria. And then eventually I moved the Starsider. As soon as they started offering, like, the first round of server consolidations, I went to Starsider, I believe. Yep. I'm very happy with that. I'm not going to do any of this right now. I'm going to go back and, where is it? K, no, J. Sorry, with the microphone, I can't see it. Let's get the Millennium Falcon working. So we're going to go talk to the head mechanic. Where's the head mechanic? There he is. Alright, I have a list of ship parts I need to fix, so YT-1300. Yes. How am I supposed to get out this station? Sweet. Alright, so,
They won't even sell you the parts? That's interesting. I wonder if the Cantina reference was a hint, not a brush off. Go there and check it out. I think that my buddy Trace is in there.
alright, so I see Trace over there. We're gonna go talk to him. Yeah, I remember so much of it, but then I know that this server is also custom as well. So I know that there'll be other things, so I'm glad to have you guys here to let me know what's going on. Alright, so Boba Fett is here. He's actually right behind me, and he's looking for Han. just makes him look even more incompetent.
About this kid. This
Han's like 20 feet away.
need you to get pieces that I can use to repair the ship.
Alright.
I'll tell you where to find them. Hurry.
Alright, so we're gonna go up to the atrium. That's one thing, like, everybody loves Boba Fett, but seriously, he looks completely incompetent in the movies. You know, yeah, he tracked them down, but then after that, it just got worse and worse, right? We need to go to Cargo Bay 2. It's pretty cool. Get these power coupling units. Alright, very good. And, you know, even though the game has aged quite a bit, I think it still works. Okay, now we're gonna kill some droids. That's cool. Alright, so I can throw my saber now. Or whatever this is. I have to set this up. I actually use a G13 now, since I've been playing this a lot. There we go. We got the task completed, and we are done. Actually, I think I'm going to take a couple more of these out just to make sure I do get to level 5 when I finish this. I think if we're halfway there when I leave here, we'll be good to go. I use a G13 when I play MMOs now. I never did back then. I was a keyboard warrior back when I used to play Star Wars Galaxies, but I'll tell you, if you're going to be serious about any kind of MMO or anything else, G13 is the way to go, but I haven't set it up yet for this. So I feel really weird trying to mash keys. Hey, what's going on, Rerich? Good to see you, man. Oh, I'm getting shot. Hold on a second. There we go. We got him. And now this one. Targeting is kind of an issue. I'll have to see if I can figure that out. Alright, so we're really good. We're about to hit level 5. We'll be able to leave. Go back up to the main level. Okay, and we have a junk dealer, which is actually really helpful. I never used to use them in live, but they make a difference. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love Django's armor better. Alright, so I'm going to choose my reward. All of these are pretty meh. We'll do the weapon spray, sure. I just want to get off the station.
Some time to get these repairs made. How's it going? I don't blame you. The ship's ready to go. Just remember, that you won't be able to come back once we leave. Are you sure?
That's okay.
Come aboard.
Alright, let's do this. So we just left Tensari Point Station, so you can actually do all the quests there. And some of them are interesting, but there's only the 2 levels. There's the Atrium and the bottom, so you're pretty much just fighting those. Now, when you log into Legends for the first time, you're gonna have this pop up. This is your rewards. I definitely suggest that you pick up the yacht, because that'll give you a ship to be able to move around in. It's a non-combat ship. Also, this is important. That's it's the call for pickup. See what I mean in a second. And the Galactic Gathering, sure, it's a painting. Awesome. If this is your first time here, I would really recommend that you don't use the level 90 token quite yet, just because once you make your character level 90, you're just going to be level 90. You're going to have no money. You're going to have no items, really, that you can use at that level. So it makes it a lot harder on yourself. It's okay maybe to use a support character like a medic or one of your alternate characters with that token, because that would help you. But, you know, for your main character, you definitely want to grind up the money that you can get to use in the server yourself. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'm just going to close this, and they'll remind me again next time I log in. Okay, excellent. Let's take a look at my inventory here. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Okay, so I have this instant travel terminal deed. Okay, and I'm going to grant myself the ability. And what this is if I'm in the wild somewhere, and I'm really far away from a shuttle port, but I need to go somewhere, I can hit this button, and then if I'm in the right spot, my X-Wing will come down and pick me up and take me there instantly. It's really a lifesaver in terms of, you know, what we used to have to do. If you play the Star Wars Galaxies emulator, you know what I mean. Having to drive everywhere kind of sucks. And this yacht is kind of pretty cool. Let me just show you that real quick. It's this multiplayer passenger yacht, non-combat, pretty awesome. Maybe we'll do that in a little bit. Okay, so here we are. So I'm going to start the Legacy quest. Yep, free invulnerable starship. I absolutely loved it. I was a JTL pre-order, so I got that, and it was worth its weight in gold back in the day. Actually, I was in JTL beta, and I absolutely loved it. It was pretty cool, just being able to fly behind one of those like Krayt ships and do it. So here we go. I'm going to follow this quest in front of me, a speeder for me. Actually, the other thing you can do, and I should do this because it's better, is if you type /flash and hit enter, a flash speeder is placed into your inventory. You get one of these, and then after that you have to pay 20k per deed, but it is a faster ship than the one that you're going to get now. Actually, I think that they may have made them all the same on this, but I definitely like the way it looks better. So that's right. If you're Imperial, it'll be a TIE fighter. But since I'm a Jedi, I guess I have to go with the Rebellion, which like kind of gnaws at me because everything I do is Imperial. Just makes sense though, from an RP point of view. Okay, now we're gonna go get that steering array. So you just kind of follow this through, and this quest will actually end up taking you all the way to Corellia, and you'll be doing a lot of different stuff. It'll help you level. That's the point of it. So let me go ahead and I'll take my flash speeder. So if you hit K, it pulls up your data pad. And here's where you have all your stuff. I'll pull this down over here. And now I can put it away. Alright, so I got that. Now we need a chassis, which is right over here. All really good points. And with the lag and everything here, actually it's pretty light right now. I was expecting it to be more of a problem. Alright, so you get the X-38 land speeder deed. Alex, how many planets are in this implementation? I know that whenever the game first came out, it had like 10 planets. But I know that they added a lot to it. In fact, I'm going to move that down. That's kind of annoying. There we go. Han Solo's trying to contact me. Now he's going to send me to his friend Paul. Okay. So we're going to get over here. We're going to need a customization kit. We're going to make this thing just look badass. Yeah, so Rossi, the answer is at least 10. I believe Mustafar is in this. I'm not sure what else was added. I got back into SWG really hard about a month and a half before they gave the Sunset announcement. And as soon as I read that, I never logged in again, just because it would be too hard. Alright, so we'll go ahead and complete that. So I have the vehicle customization kit, and now I can go ahead and customize, well, not if I'm in it. I can go ahead and customize my speeder real quick. So we'll use this. All right. So we're gonna do the frame first, because that's the main part of it. And I may have a altered palette here, because one thing I'm very, very big on is visual mods to make the game look better. I really like that. I'm thinking we should do something exciting. What to you represents exciting? I don't know. I just wanted to see what these look like. Maybe like maybe like a black. Do we have a black? No, that's just like dark of night. There we go. Okay, maybe black. 12 total planets. All right, man. Wicked, good to see you. Catch you next time, man. All right, so it's Mustafar, and what is the other one that was added? I want to say Tanab, but I'm probably wrong. I know it was in the tray files forever. And black and red? No. Black and blue? Maybe a... there we go. Black and blue. Wanted something to be kind of Jedi-like, black and white. Yeah, we'll go with black and white. So that just reminds you that the Force is black and white. There's no gray, according to Lucas in Star Wars, which I always thought was weird as hell. Maybe we'll explore that more in the new movie. Who knows? So we're going to go meet Vorik. Police forces local... So I just got stopped by the local police here, and they're scanning me for contraband items, and if I have anything, then they would attack me. Yeah, Mustafar and Kashyyyk. Awesome. I totally forgot about Kashyyyk. The riot trail. And all that fun. Okay. So we're going to do this. This is called the Legacy Quest, and it starts here. I'll let you guys read this whenever you play it yourself, or you can pause it and read it. All right, so we're going to help the mayor. The mayor needs some stuff. Needs to get some stuff done. He owes Jabba some money, and we're gonna go make sure that we get it taken care of. And here is Bib Fortuna, who's telling me that Jabba's not pleased. Well, whatever. Right. Well, at least now there isn't a death penalty like there used to be in this game. I hear you need some help with the debt owed to Jabba. Complete that. Alright, now we're going to do all three of these quests just because it gives me the most experience and the most money, which is what we're trying to accomplish here. And I'm going to go talk to this chick about some... and there's a collection item there too, that weapon. If you click it, it'll go into your collections. Let's see. Somehow my speeder ended up underneath the stairs. So not all the bugs have been worked out. There we go. So I was able to recall it and we're good to go. Very old game, Daniel. But you can play it today. Alright. So here we are. I'm going to speak to Enthra, and the mayor sent me, and now we're going to do all kinds of things. We're going to do the census first, which is where we go around and look at all the creepy crawly creatures around Mos Eisley, and then we're going to kill them all, because that's what good Jedi do. Force extermination team. It was only a nightmare until you got the full template, and then once that happened, pre-CU, you were pretty much untouchable. You'd only really lose if you got caught in a really bad situation, or if your build wasn't that strong. But that was definitely my favorite part of any gameplay I've ever played. Having that, you know, the thrill of the hunt, knowing that if somebody caught up to me that I was going to have to fight them. That was exciting back then. I can tell you, I've never actually been afraid in another game. Like, when I was a kid, Doom used to bother me because it used to be, like, scary. But I was actually, like, literally concerned when I would play. Nervous that somebody would jump out at me. A lot of fun, though. It depends. I mean, it's one of those things that, depending on which era of Star Wars Galaxies you want to remember, pretty much anything people would say is true, because at the very beginning it would take maybe 20 people to kill a Jedi. And towards the end, by the CU, it was more of a one-on-one situation where the right build, like a combat medic, for example, combat BH or combat medic BH in the CU, could go pretty much toe-to-toe with most Jedi. So you'll see people have debates about that, but what they don't realize is they're really both right in a lot of cases. You know, if you made a graph and you put Jedi power on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, you know, as it goes down, Jedi power definitely fell. You know, and it was necessary too. Just because there were so many. But when you have a desirable thing in a game, people are going to want to do it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I remember everyone used to be like, make every Jedi rare except mine, and that would be all the threads ever used to say. Alright, just setting up my map. Alright, we're going to go back to Entha. We're going to get a little bit of experience. That'll be great. Yeah, I mean, I totally get you there. I remember logging into that too, and I was like, oh, man. No, but they, I'll tell you what, Tiggs made a really good, if you remember her, the old community manager, she made a really good passion plea for why she would, why they needed to do the NGE whenever they first, you know, gave us like that 2-week warning it was happening. And I kind of believed them, because some of that stuff I knew was true, because my friends were leaving. They were all going to play WoW. So, you know, it's either do this or we're not going to have a game kind of thing. But I definitely don't agree with how it was implemented. However, at the end, I would have to say that when this game closed, it was far superior as a game to the pre-CU era. Although the pre-CU era definitely has a lot of nostalgia and some really great things going for it, it was lacking, you know, a whole bunch of things. And by just, you know, continuing to iterate on the game, it really really helped a lot. So I'm going to kill some Womp Rats here. Go ahead and put that away so we don't lose it. Alright, this Tempest Rill is just gonna mess me up. Alright, so I have to learn how to hold down the auto attack key. And I still don't have a heal yet. I think I get that around level 10. Nice. Thunderheart was cool. I mean, it's always neat when you see a fellow player, because he was one of the the people that was in it that got elevated to community manager, and that's kind of cool, just to like see somebody take that passion and use it productively like that. Very neat. All right, so we've killed all our Womp Rats. Now we're gonna go on to the Creedles. And guys, I think that a copy of the chat might actually show up in the replay, so if you're watching this tomorrow or whatever, you should hopefully be able to see what we're talking about. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't usually watch the replays. I lived it once. Alright, so we're killing these Creedles. And I guess we'll just kill whichever one is tabbed. You get practically no XP for this. Oh, actually, no, we're getting pretty good XP for this level, I suppose. Alright, and they're gone. So, thankfully the speeders call pretty quickly. I think there used to be like a 15-second wait until a speeder would call, and that was a lot of downtime. Yes, see, that thing, Alex, I mean, now I can only speak for myself here, so I totally understand how that could bother you. But it was one of those things that I would never want somebody else to tell me what I could or couldn't do with my character. So it was very hard for me to assume then that I could, you know, that somebody else shouldn't be able to put duel in Coronet. I get it that people for roleplay reasons or whatever wanted Jedi to be rare, but truth is in Star Wars is Jedi. Star Wars is all about the Force. Without that, you know, you have a story that I don't think really catches on as much as it did. Alright, so what are we doing? Okay, we're completing that. Now we're gonna kill some warts. Awesome. Alright, so we have a new one. Let me go ahead and put these over here. So this is the Jedi Focus, and this is the this is the Focus, and this is the Stance. I don't have okay, we do have expertise. I don't have any points yet, but I can show you this. So what happens is as you level up, you get points that allows you to build sort of a customized Jedi. You can go dark side, you can go light side. We're going to go light side because I think that a Jedi should be all about the lightsaber. Stormtroopers, yeah. True. I mean, but without the iconic things like the lightsaber, I just don't see how that could have worked for Star Wars. So I'm also going to use the lightning here because the lightning is a good free attack for us as a low-level player. Well, not free. I mean, everything costs action, but it's pretty much a one-hit kill early on. Alright, so all this week I'm going to play this character and level them up. Like I said, I know it may not be super sexy on the stream, and people may not really care all that much for it, but it's one of those things that this is what I wanted to do this week because I'm kind of taking a break. I was burning myself out playing Stellaris all the time, and I don't want to do that because I really enjoy playing that for you guys. Just those videos take me so long to make. Sometimes, you know, like when it's really stressful at work, I just want to have a nice, relaxing week when I get home. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I mean, like, it was a very, I want to say schizophrenic approach in that, you know, like, what we were doing didn't jive with the time. But I mean, like, for me, I didn't really care about that. When I first started playing, it wasn't even known, at least to me. I mean, it might have been known on the internet that you could do it. But I didn't know you could be a Jedi. You know, I just thought, hey, I would love the chance to be myself in Star Wars. Like, how cool would that be? Like, maybe I'm like a speeder repair guy or something, but you know, me, Tim O'Neill, just like hanging out and doing my thing. So that's pretty cool. Hey, what's going on, David? Welcome to the channel. We are playing some Star Wars Galaxies. Take a look at the analytics and see what we're doing here. So we got a couple people watching. And you're welcome to join me. I have videos up on the channel to show you how to get connected to this as well, if you'd like to play. The Legacy Quest is kind of a solo thing, but I'm sure we could find fun things to do together if you guys get in game. So I will talk to Entha now. Awesome, so we have leveled up to level 8. And we're going to go kill some Tempest Rills, which is awesome. The other thing, too, is there's no decay. So get this. So the original game, I mean, Raph Koster is a genius, in my opinion. And not everybody will like him, and I think he's kind of a polarizing figure, but it's fair to say that this wouldn't be here without him. So everything had decay because part of his system, if you've read any of his books, and I was kind of a student of him for a while because I really wanted to be a game developer at one point, and he's very interesting in his theory on systems and things like that, was that everything that you would use in the real world decays, mostly, and you would have to replace it. So be that a car or anything else. So if you had that same kind of system in a game where you had to, replace a weapon after you use it, let's say a sword gets worn out, a gun, eventually needs to be remanufactured or whatever. Think of like a musket, how it wouldn't fire after a while. Stuff like that. If everything had actual item decay, then you'd have an interaction that's kind of forced and symbiotic between like people that want to craft and people that want to be combat professions. You have an economy that's built on that. So like he had said, that then it turns into something where having something is kind of is exciting, but you know that even if you found the absolute server best resources and crafted the best gun that's ever been made, one day that gun will not work. And that's kind of cool. Yeah, Daniel, what's up? That's pretty cool. I never actually. So check this out. When I bought the game, I never thought that I was going to be a scientist in a Star Wars game. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Day one, I was lost. I got killed by a Corellian butterfly as soon as I became a player. It was really, it was a frightening and exciting time. I had no idea why this butterfly just absolutely whooped my ass. I assumed it was because I was a bad player. and yeah, I mean, it was true. I had no idea what I was doing. But, within the first week or so, I had met a really cool group of people, and we had our own guild. And at that point, we, I asked them, well, what do you guys need? What can I do that would help the group? And I ended up becoming a bioengineer and making pets. So I never in my life thought that I would buy a game so I could play a scientist and go out and sample DNA and stuff. Yeah, Derny. Yeah, you feel my pain. Like it's embarrassing for me to tell that story. But yeah, so like here I am, like a couple weeks later, I'm out sampling Rancors on what's it called, on Dathomir, and getting their DNA and making pets. And I can remember the first time I made a Kuzak, which kind of looks like a dog, like a stout little dog. And I had made it with actually some pretty good stats, but I didn't know that. And I could have been fleeced by this guy. I didn't realize it was like one of the better Kuzaks out there. And so I'm going to sell him the pet, and he tips me 400,000 credits. Now, at the time, I barely had enough to buy clothes. Like my cloak was at 0 condition, and I was just fine with that because I could still wear it. But wow, I mean, I got that, and I was just like, wow, I've really arrived. I just made something that somebody thought was that great, and that's like my Star Wars experience. And then from there, I did all kinds of things. TK Swordsman was pretty much my combat tune until I became a Jedi. And then again, I never thought I would be melee in a land of laser guns. Not only that, I didn't think it was even, I didn't even think it was a good idea to have melee when somebody else has a gun. But it worked. And I'd also read Shadows of the Empire, so that helped a lot, because then that made me want to try it. Plus, it looked absolutely awesome, spinning around and kicking people in the face. A lot of fun. Okay, we need a new weapon, because I'm just, like, not hitting this guy at all. These rock mites are tough, let me tell you. Just checking real quick to see if we have anything else. Oh, that's my fault. Maybe I'm not holding down auto attack. I don't know. Alright, so tell me a little bit about your story, Alex. What was your first profession? Did you know what you wanted to be when you started, or did it kind of evolve for you as well? I think I have some enhanced lightsaber mods on this too. I'm not sure. I've got about 1.5 gigabytes of mods for Star Wars Galaxies. I still have them in a folder, and I put them on this. So my game might look a little different than yours in terms of appearance or palettes or colors and things like that. I might put that up on a mega file because I don't think that'll break any copyright. And anybody that would claim those mods from years ago is like, don't distribute them. You can really eat my chode, you know? Which, not something I usually say. Alright, so you heard that, the Wutiti. So they also have a collection system in this game, which is pretty cool. Every time you get certain items, you can add them to a collection. At the end, you usually get a reward, whether it's XP or like some special item. Some collections are repeatable. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we're done with Antha's quest. We're gonna go talk to the mayor. At this point, I think, because maybe you have to get to level 10, I'm not sure what the cutoff was to not have to do anymore, but we're going to do all three, because like I said, I'm doing this for money and for XP, and cutting corners on this doesn't really help me for my end goal. Just to level and to make as much cash as possible. Okay, so that's the other thing that happens. If you try to enter a house on a speeder, you can see some really strange animations. Alright, so I finished that. Awesome. Completed that. Nice, now we're level 10. I have a gleaming ring. And expertise points. It's my pleasure. Still need to fight off the menacing hooligans. Alright. So I'm gonna go talk to... And the name is, I don't even want to try to pronounce that. I think it probably looks exactly, or sounds exactly what it looks like. Alright, so Alex started as a marksman, kind of evolved into a commando creature handler, then ran around the galaxy with your wife. Dude, you're very lucky. Hollow grind, yeah. I didn't hollow grind. I decided early on that I didn't care enough about that and that I was really happy with the game. So I ended up doing the village later because that was less intrusive. So it was one of the first village unlocks whenever that happened, because you had to go through, I think it was like the 4 weeks cycle, so I was the first group of people that did that. So I was full template and got to run around for a while, have a great time. And then the CU dropped, and I have to be honest, the combat upgrade period was by far my favorite period of this game. And maybe it's because I was a Jedi, maybe it's because I ran around with a pack of Jedi that I absolutely loved playing with. You know, whether it was the people or whether it was the game, I can't really separate that. But that was when I had more fun playing this than ever before. I really like that system. Yeah, I'm level 10, I believe. Alright, we're gonna put on this gleaming ring. And I still don't have anything better yet. Let's see if I can get through here somehow. Yeah, there we go. Trying to fight these swoopers. Where are they? Here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go around and we're gonna kill a ton of scoundrels and other not so great people. You can kind of see that my toolbar got filled in with all kinds of droid skills. I must have, well, I probably had full toolbars all the time in live whenever that happened, because I don't ever remember any of these icons being on there. Let me just get rid of them real quick. I don't know, Alex, have you played with a droid on this server? Is it worth it for me to explore that? And do I actually get full XP if my droid kills something? We're also Mos Eisley just outside of it for your character if you're going to join me. Oh yeah, lightning is pretty awesome. No, and there I just hit somebody unintentionally. Got to be really careful with that. Like I said, the targeting is giving me problems. Alright, so we fought the swoopers. Now we're gonna go over here and fight these guys. Just gonna get on Russell Crowe's fighting boat and go around and fight people. South Park. Love it. Of course, the stuff that I find interesting probably also gives away my age. Oh, the South Park's been on forever. But I was much younger whenever it was first becoming popular. Alright, since I have this now, I'm going to macro loot. And it would help to spell it right. Awesome. Now we have the loot macro on, I don't have to worry about that. Trying to get this girl targeted, it's hard to do it. There we go. The Force Lightning kills them in one hit, which is really helpful. Powers used to be kind of gimped, and go ahead and complete that in the pre-CU. So very few people were Powers Jedis, I remember. This Force Choke just didn't work correctly. But for me, you know, the symbol of the Jedi is the lightsaber, so I always wanted to have one. And if you tell me would I rather, you know, do damage with the Force or with the lightsaber, it's not even a, you know, it's not even a contest. Possibly, yeah, if you had a wife back then, I would have been like 20 years old or so whenever I started playing. 21 maybe. I was a junior in college. I don't know how old that would be. Alright, so now that I have this loot macro, all I have to do is point at these corpses and it instantly loots everything. It actually doesn't look like it's working correctly because it shouldn't pop it up for me. Maybe I double clicked them. There's quite a bit of lag over here too. This says heavy. So the other thing you want to notice is if you're in an area and it says heavy or extremely heavy, the server performance is going to be lower because there's a lot of strain on the server. See, it just switched to light, so I shouldn't have any problems now. And my macros will go off as they should. Do I think this is better than SWTOR? I think this is different than SWTOR. I am very much a fan of Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I don't care who, you know, who that offends or anything else. I'm not sorry about that. I don't think that you have to like one or the other. You can have a preference for which one's better, but they're both trying to do different things. Star Wars: The Old Republic is a great, absolutely great single-player game if you wanted it to be, or you have the option to quest with your friends and have a lot of fun. That's cool. It's a theme park, so if you like World of Warcraft, that kind of setting, you'll probably love it. Personally, I prefer the sandbox setting, but I can't argue with a really well-done theme park game as far as being fun. So, I mean, I probably didn't really answer. Oh, I'm gonna die. Holy crap. That Gorgon, I don't know what that was. He just came out of nowhere, just beat the hell out of me. Alright, hopefully nobody is targeted. We should be good here. Let's see, at what point do I get my heal? Do I not get a heal as a Jedi? Did I take it away, maybe? Here it is. No. No. Yeah, 14. Okay. I don't know. Rich, have you ever played this? Do you think this is better than, I'm gonna sit so that my health goes up faster. Do you think this is better than Star Wars The Old Republic? Like I said, I think they're a different experience. This is very much about player freedom, and, you know, I had read one of Raf Koster's blogs recently. He's the guy that, you know, the lead designer for Star Wars Galaxies when it initially came out. And one of the things that stuck with me with that, and I really liked it, was that he said that one of the professions he wanted to have in this was a blogger. Because blogging was, like, super popular. This is what we need. I don't know why we aren't that. Okay. Blogging was super popular back in the day, you know. When he was coming up with the design for this game. So in the game, you could actually like tell stories and print articles and stuff, and they'd be in the cantina. But that never like made it out of the design phase. But that's the kind of stuff that they wanted to do with this game, you know. And basically, Star Wars Galaxies is, to me, it's untapped potential. There's so much that could have happened with this that they were just always pressed for time. They had almost impossible deadlines. If you want to, you know, lose an hour and really learn quite a bit about this, he has a blog that he kind of he updates it all the time. But he kind of went over the history of Star Wars Galaxies and like all the problems and trials and things that they faced and how it changed the game. Like, for example, they had spent so much time working out the awesome parts of like the social systems and stuff like that, that whenever they had to actually put in the combat didn't even have time to get completely fleshed out. So what we ended up with, this health action mind that we used to have, there'd be 3 bars here, was like a kind of a cobbled together system. If they had more time for that, I'm curious of what it would be like. Also, Star Wars Galaxies is 2D, you know? We don't have 3D motion. Like, I can hit the spacebar here after I kill this guy because they added this in because WoW was so popular with people wanting to jump. See, like, my character, my animation will jump. My character doesn't. He is like permanently on this floor. There's no way to get them in the Z direction up and down. So that's unfortunate, and that wasn't something that was a part of the original design. This game was supposed to have 3D movement in all facets, but the engine, just for whatever reason, they couldn't get it to work, and they ran out of time. So then he was saying that, you know, like the cliffs in Theed and stuff, that was actually going to be possible to fall off that cliff and take damage. So one of the things that they envisioned was like getting a herd together and running them off a cliff just like you do in real life, and then, you know, having people at the bottom to harvest and, you know, have like an actual like hunting party like that. Things that I think would be awesome, but just the technical limitations were things they couldn't overcome given their budget and everything else. Let's go ahead and use that arrow spray. Alright, so that's going to give me a little bit of a buff. What does that do? Strength modified, so I can kill people a little faster. Awesome. Actually, I should have a, I need to go back and do this real quick. I completely forgot I don't even have a buff. I could be earning 15% more XP. We'll finish this quest, and then I'll go get a entertainer buff. And I'll show you guys the social aspect of this, too, because this game... I mean, I have to hand it to them. I can't imagine many people paying $15 a month for a chat room, right? But people will pay $15... hold on, it's pretty far away. We'll pull this up. People will pay $15 a month to be an entertainer and provide a service and socialize. You wouldn't believe how many people would play this game and never once go into combat, not explore any of the dungeons or anything. They were just there to have a good time with other people and to interact with them in the cantinas or whatever it was. There's never been anything like it, in my opinion, that combines the social aspect of gaming and grouping and things like that than this game has. And I think that that's part of its enduring legacy. You know, somebody asked him what he thought the legacy of Star Wars Galaxies is going to be. And he said, you know, if 10 years from now, the only thing that people remember are the Star Wars Galaxies dance videos of people, you know, in hot pants dancing around together in the cantinas and stuff like that, that he's totally comfortable with that because he's very happy that he was a part of creating something, you know, that was that memorable to people. And I think it's awesome, personally. So, yeah, I mean, a game like this, because it's older and it has a lot of nostalgia, people get into it for that reason. But I still think it's actually an excellent game, and certainly in this implementation, if you can get past the whole, you know, Jedi isn't rare anymore and it's not special, it's quite a well done game. There's all kinds of things to do. So don't judge the stream or the game based on what I'm doing right now, because this is just leveling up. But once you get to max level and you have a group of friends that you're playing with, you can do all kinds of things, from heroic instances to pretty much anything. So much Star Wars content as well. And I hope I haven't bored you guys to death by talking. But yeah, I could write 5 books on this game and my experience in it and things that I really enjoyed and learned about the online gaming scene. I think for a lot of people, this was their first MMO. Definitely was for me. All right, so your turn to talk. What do you think, Re-Ridged? Just from any experience you had, or what is your favorite MMO? Do you have any that you really liked that you connected with on that kind of level? I agree. Like, every time I see, and I don't know necessarily if SWG was the first for player housing, but I think that it took it to, if it wasn't the first, it definitely upped the potential and like what was expected from players. Now, if you have a hook system like Star Wars: The Old Republic, where you can't free place things, they have to be in certain areas, the kind of stuff that people were able to decorate with a game like this, that it gives them complete 3-dimensional freeform control with objects and placing them and allowing them to clip in certain ways and create, you know, objects out of pieces that were never intended to go together, is absolutely fantastic. It's just another way for people to express themselves, and it definitely brings value to the game, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, think about that. If I told you that I could get back in 2000, if I told you I'd get your wife, I don't know what your wife played. Maybe she was a combat team, but let's pretend she wasn't for a second. Your wife to gladly pay $15 a month to play a game all day, where she danced in a cantina, or your friend or your guy. I guess guys do that too. You know, we're in a cantina playing music, chilling, hanging out with other people, and you were paying for that experience. You'd probably laugh at me, but it definitely worked. And to show like how much that surprised people, I remember one of the quotes from one of the developers back in the day whenever they were going to take away the ability for us to use camps, and people really got upset about that. And they're like, well, camps don't really have a purpose. And they're like, no, they're great because we can all, like, you know, sit around and talk. And the guy's response was something like, and this is a person that worked for Sony at the time. So he was all like, wait, so you're telling me that you just sat around in camps and did nothing, and you were happy with that? And it was kind of like, yeah, I mean, like, that's part of what they would call, you know, what do they call that? Emergent gameplay. Something that you don't intend to happen, but it picks up. Hey, Ross. All right, man, you have a good night. Sorry if I was a little long-winded and put you to sleep. Try not to do that. Besides, I'll run out of stories eventually. I just think that it's amazing what you can do with something like this. You know, and the fact that Let me see right now. There are 823 characters logged into this server right now playing this game. A game that's been closed for 6 years. You know, almost 6 years since this game has been on the live servers. It's been 14 years since the game was launched originally. It's amazing. Yeah, exactly. But because camps didn't have a like game specific thing, that's what they were saying. They're like, "Oh, there's no, you know, there's no driving factor for why you need to do that." They were like, "We can get rid of it. It's extraneous. It's not needed." And that's just somebody that didn't get it from the community aspect. I agree. So, I mean, there's 1,000 different ways that could have gone. I'm gonna go down here because I gotta kill this guy anyway. Not very Jedi-like, but we're taking heads today. This is aggressive negotiations. Alright, I think at level 10 I probably already got a backpack. Let me see if I have it in there. No, maybe Jedi don't get one? I swear I thought that we did. Absolutely, and I mean that carries over into today. Anybody that is crazy enough to play this like me, you know, just on a private server, on a random Tuesday, you know, they're probably going to be somebody that's willing to group up and have a good time. And I wasn't even a min-maxer back then because I didn't know what that was. I just enjoyed the game. Ridiculous. If you messaged me, I didn't see it. I don't know if the tell system is working or not. It was down before, but okay, so you'll never catch up on that character? Well, you could. I mean, I'm probably going to I got Thursday. I'm gonna try to get all day Thursday off and I have Friday off. Crap. I'm in combat now. Who am I in combat with? Alright, we're gonna kill these guys real quick, and we're gonna get this done. So, that's the other thing I don't like. I don't know if that's server-specific or a setting I need to change. But if I have the, if I have an object that isn't a player targeted, I can't untarget it without hitting escape. Super annoying. Oh, absolutely, Quick. It's so hard after you play this game to get into something else, I think, because there are certain parts of this game that you just can't find anywhere else. And things that, you know, I think that make the experience that much better. No, there's certainly better looking games. There might be better better combat games, but the experience is part of it. I do recommend, at least for the JTL portion of it, that you come over and try this, though. It's pretty cool. His name is seriously Poop. Yoop. Yoop Roddick. Alright. Okay. Yeah, feel free. Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna try. I have a half day Thursday, and I'll probably play a lot, and then maybe all day Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Taking the weekend off. I've had a lot of people out at work, and I realized if I don't take Thursday and Friday off, I'm not getting a break until September because the calendar's completely full. Other people's vacations. Right. Yeah, the content was lacking back then, but the cool part about it, and I stress this for anyone that wants to play a sandbox game, whether it's this or anything else, you have to be self-motivated. And if you're not able to, or you get to that point where you don't know what to do, you have to join a group that has people that are that way, that are putting together events for you, because that will be the most fun that you can possibly have in a game like this. You know, like, it's easy enough for me right now since I'm in here and our community hasn't all migrated over to the server yet. I have a lot of goals for myself that are all solo oriented right now that you guys can definitely watch and interact with. But there'll come a point where it'll be very hard for me to log in because I'll be like, I've done everything I wanted to do. So that's when you need to rely on those other people to be like, hey, let's do this today. And you're like, oh, I never thought of that, you know? At least for me, I always used to get stuck in a rut where I do the same things. Right. Fetch quests. You know, we can't get away from it, though. I mean, every MMO has the go here, kill 10, whatever. Hate that, but you know, it's just how it works, I guess. You know, and the other thing, too, is that streaming this is really going to hurt my channel, but I don't care. I love this game. If I put out a Stellaris video in a week, I'll get 1,000 views. If I put out this video will probably never get 100 views. So. But, you know, this is what I want to play right now, so hopefully you guys are understanding of that. Yeah, we're going to help him more, so I'm going to fend off the Tusken Raiders. I'm on my way. The mother hens. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. I ran around with some really awesome guilds back in the day, because as I changed servers, I'd have to find new people, but Dota, which was Defenders of the Alliance, that was like some of the greatest people I've ever met in this game, and they really pushed me, because like I said, I'm one of those people that very much can fall into that rut and then not be able to break out of it. So I'd go through periods where I'd play and then I wouldn't log in for 4 months, and then I'd play every day, and I'd like to hope that I'm not like that anymore, but I don't know. Alright, so now we're going to drive around this Tusken village. So what's going on? And I'm not sure I'm going to say this right. Viserys. I like it. It's a good name. How you doing today? Welcome to the channel. Alright, I don't know if these guys have area attacks, and I hope not. Last time I did this, the server was so laggy they couldn't shoot me. So I would hate to lose my awesome looking flash speeder that I've customized. Yeah. Maybe. I'm kind of trying to follow the path of Obi-Wan. You know, when I think about it, Obi-Wan is the greatest character in Star Wars. He's the only one that never failed. And I don't consider Anakin falling to the dark side Obi-Wan's failing. He didn't show him that. Like, think about that. He went to kill Anakin, and yeah, he didn't kill Anakin, but man, he pretty much did. You know, he left him there in a steaming pile of would-be dead flesh. Pretty crazy. But Yoda, fail, you know? Then he goes and hides and lets the galaxy go to hell. Now, Obi-Wan, virtuous throughout. Probably could have wrecked a whole lot of honeys, but never did. So. Okay. Yeah, so if I ever wanted to be like a person in Star Wars, it'd probably be Obi-Wan, just because he's awesome. It's kind of weird that he probably a virgin. I don't know. I'd have a problem with that. I'd have to break that, but beyond that, not yet. She will. Although she did fail the first time that she tried to mind trick somebody. Guess it's harder to do than you think. I don't know. I like the Force Unleashed, but people aren't wrong when they call her Mary Sue. I still don't have a better... Okay, so that'll give me 1 stamina, but it looks terrible, so I'm gonna show H. There we go. We're gonna hide that. And, okay. Can't believe we're not full of loot already. Hello there, indeed. He does. Well, I mean, Ewan McGregor is just a fantastic actor, too. So that helps a lot. I mean, he's had 2 outstanding actors play that character, so that brings a lot to the role. I mean, can you imagine a lesser actor in the place of Tarkin? Would anyone take him seriously? Probably not. When you get Van Helsing in there, and it's crazy. Peter Cushing is amazing. And the fact that Peter Cushing was in that actually made Christopher Lee want to play Count Dooku, because his friend, because they were good friends back in the day. Christopher Lee lived to be, geez, forever old. You know, I didn't think he would ever pass away, but unfortunately he did. You know, he was everything. Dracula. He was in James Bond. Crazy. Hey, what's going on, Glenn? How you doing, man? Oh, they'll give us an Obi-Wan movie. I can definitely see that. One thing I don't want them to ever think is that they could give us too much Star Wars, because if our consumerism has proved anything, it's just that we love it. This is Star Wars Galaxies, that game I was telling you about, Glenn. Oh, you're in the clone armor. Hey. What's going on? Weave. How about wave? Let's see, I just waved at you. Yeah, you're level 53. If I group with you, I won't get any experience, will I? So otherwise, I would definitely invite you in. I don't know if this server is custom. Yeah, Glenn, so this is Star Wars Galaxies. It's a defunct and an amazing MMO, in my opinion. I think it's low-hanging fruit, which is probably why that was one of the first things, because Han Solo is popular. Anything that's has a low risk of failure, I think you'll see them explore pretty quickly. It's one of those things, like, there was a lot riding on Episode 7 to be decent, and, you know, they pulled it off. I'm really shocked. That could have gone 100 different ways, and people could have been pissed, and, you know, if people had a negative reception to Episode 7, that could have, like, killed the franchise right there. You know, you have, the history of people not responding well to the prequels, and whether that's fair or not, I don't think it is, but I thought the prequels were fine for what they were, you know. And in hindsight, it's just, I think we would have hated almost anything, because it wasn't the originals, you know. Oh, cool. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Alex is here to save me, in case I need it. He's watching over me. Maybe, but I didn't really get those parallels when I was watching it the first time. It wasn't until people started pointing it out that I could see it, but I think that it was also, scripted in its own way that, at least for me, it wasn't, like, immediately obvious that's what it was. Yeah, there was a Death Star, and people keep saying, "Oh my goodness, why do you keep making Death Stars?" Dude, the Death Star is the ultimate weapon. If you get a Death Star and the ability to destroy planets, game over. No one in the galaxy can oppose you. Seriously, especially if you can keep it from being destroyed. They can't run, they can't hide. You could quite literally rule the galaxy in any way that you wanted to, and there would be nobody to stop you. All right. We've taken care of the Tusken Raiders. Excellent. So we received some more money. And now we're going to go back to Vork. Yeah, it was a death planet. Exactly. No, but like I thought that J.J. Abrams had one of the hardest jobs ever, because you screw that up. I mean, it's done. I don't know how do you come back from that. And then Rogue One, I thought Rogue One was great. I mean, people can nitpick at it, but it was the dark, gritty Star Wars that I really needed. Okay, Remos. Where's Remos? Okay, I'm ready. So, gotta speak to Nico over here. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you there. We got some amazing acting from people like Ewan McGregor, for sure. Liam Neeson as well. They did what they could with what they had. I expected more out of Natalie Portman, given her, given her pedigree. So I think that a lot of the problem with the chemistry is always blamed on Hayden Christensen, but I'm not 100% about that. She was kind of flat about that movie, and I remember whenever the interviews came out, she was doing Garden State at the time, and all anyone wanted to talk about was Star Wars, and it made her really mad. And she was like in that phase where, yeah, I have a contract to do Star Wars. Leave me alone. I'm going to do the movie. But I don't know how happy she was to be in it, to be completely honest. And I think that maybe a part of her felt that she had outgrown the role at that point. No, I definitely agree. Like in the first 5 minutes, we have a rebel agent murdering somebody in the streets. I'm just like, oh yes, this is the underworld of Star Wars that you knew had to exist if it's a living, breathing galaxy. But they're actually, if they're gonna show us this, then this movie is gonna be awesome. Yeah, no doubt. Because I think Hayden's actually been pretty decent in some of the other stuff that he's been in. So. I honestly, I think episode 1, and I think this was something that maybe the guy that used to do the Super Shadow thing said back in the day, but it stuck with me. I think episode 1 was completely and totally unnecessary. Like, if episode 2 was episode 1 and Anakin was just, you're introduced to him as this, like, teenage boy who's amazing and shows all this potential and is arrogant because of it, you could probably forgive him for that, right? So episode 1, if that didn't happen, and episode 2 was actually episode 1, and then episode 3 was episode 2, and then they had one in between, like, showing, like, the rise of Darth Vader and all of that, and some of the Jedi purges, I think the franchise would have been so much more well received. But Lucas had this, this fascination with trying to show that Anakin was a great kid. Conversation, okay, that doesn't work. And I think that it's unnecessary because we know that all kids are born pretty much, I want to say innocent. And for the most part, it's it's your experience and whatnot that shapes you as a person. But I guess he wanted to really reinforce that. It was unnecessary, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, I mean, Darth Maul is now In my opinion, he's dead, but apparently not because they've been using him a ton through the different shows, Clone Wars and whatnot. Thank you for saving me. I didn't realize I was about to die. My bad. I'm almost level 14. I'll have a heal, and then I won't look so foolish. See, you're an Imperial, which I'd want to be an Imperial, but being a Jedi, I kind of feel I have to roleplay that to the extreme because my other Jedi is going to be a Sith Imperial. Oh, he's now dead? I haven't watched. In fact, I bought Star Wars Rebels Season 1 on Blu-ray, and I've been all excited to watch it, and yet I haven't been able to because my wife wanted to watch her Ahsoka, or read her Ahsoka book first because Ahsoka's her favorite character. And she hasn't been doing it recently, so it's kind of, screwed me over a little bit. Well, I'll get there. I guess it's not really a spoiler at this point. I mean, I know pretty much nothing about Rebels. I use the images for those cinematics, but I've never actually seen it. As he should. Absolutely as he should. I think that the best kid shows really are. Like, I think what made The Incredibles such a great movie was that, I think adults at the end probably liked it as much, if not more, than the kids. Kids' movies that are written with an adult perspective and a lot of adult jokes really, I think, work very well. I mean, even today, I had throw in The Incredibles, and it's a kid's movie, and I'd watch it myself. I'd be pretty satisfied with that. Before we do this, I'm going to go in and I'm going to get a buff. So I want to show you guys this. This is going to be... You can see here just how many blue dots there are. These are all the people that are here. This is going to be super hopping. So just to show you, like, a little bit of Cantina life. Oh, yeah. The original animated ones. Here we go. So, I mean, and this is like 10:30 at night, so we don't even have everybody in here that would usually be in here on like a Saturday. This was so packed I couldn't even see. But, anybody with a blue name above their head is actually a player. It's just like me. Some of them are here, some of them are probably AFK, but they all conjugate here, and you can get a buff from them, and that's a pretty cool system. I'm just looking around. But that girl looks like she's busy, so what I'm going to do real quick... I don't know how this is going to work on the stream. We'll see. It may not work. What will it do if I launch a second game window, because I have it on game capture? Yeah, it's not going to change focus. Cool. So, that means that I can do this real quick while you guys are watching my stream. And I can buff myself. Which, it sounds dirty, but it's not. Oh yeah, I remember that. The Clone Wars, the animated one with General Grievous. Yeah. I used to read all the books and everything. Alright. Alright, so you can see me logging in right here. Oh my goodness, I am short. I didn't realize how short I was till I saw my other character. Okay. So this is me, Tim Katarn, right in front of me, the blue-haired master musician. And all my characters typically have blue hair. Oh, okay. Well, I already got mine, but she's totally welcome to do so as well. I am going to play Star Wars 3. Alright. And now... I will listen to him. But I turned off the player music, but you'd actually hear his music. You can see him there using his guitar. Pretty cool. I like it. Boyle. You know, I never watched... I feel bad because I have only watched a few of the episodes of the newer Clone Wars. This takes place... This is kind of weird. So the era is between Episode 4 and Episode 5, but you'll see Jedi run around, so just kind of ignore that and just say it's like weird Star Wars. A lot of people get hung up on that. Because the truth is, I don't think that they're... In order to do what they want to do here, there really isn't a good era for that. But supposedly this takes place between 4 and 5. I'm only going to get a buff here for like 2 hours, because I don't think I'm going to stream that late. My wife should be home pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, I gave my wife, who's a big Star Wars fan, I gave her the master list of all of the episodes in like chronological order, so you don't watch them in like the order that they were released with the actual like story order. And she pounded that out in like 3 weeks. She watched them all. And I didn't do that because I was at work and stuff like that. And so I'm way behind, but I was willing to skip that and just go right into Rebels. I'll have to check that out, guys. Absolutely. Alright, so I'm going to switch over here. I'm going to give myself a buff. And let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay. It's all come back to me. I was able to grind out a master musician in about 7 hours. I have a pretty decent strategy with that. And then... should we give him resistances? Kinetic. Accept. Alright, so I'm giving myself 9% bonus and reduction to action cost, which is the green bar. 1500 energy protection, 2250 kinetic, and 15% increased experience. So you can see that goes up here. That'll last for 3 hours, 15 minutes. The longer I watch him, the more that would go. Okay, I really appreciate it. Is she gonna be... is she close? Because I'll wait to see her character. I don't actually need the buff at this point, but... since she took all the time to log in, I'll wait for her. Liam. Ah, hello there. Alright, my character is a Jedi. Could be a Sith, if I wanted him to be, but he's gonna end up being a Jedi. Civvies. Nice. My other character, who's a level 90 Jedi, he's gonna be a Sith, because he's an Imperial. So he's a very, very... I don't want to say evil, but kind of evil. What's going on, Adriel? Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Pull back up our concurrent. Alright. See what we're playing to. You know, I didn't watch the new trailer. Man, I don't ever know how to spell this stuff. This is my favorite emote. I tip my hat. So that was my Western cowboy for her fail. Okay. Yeah, the Force Lightning is the spark. Once I level up, I probably won't be using it anymore. I'm not sure. I think it switches over maybe to Force Shockwave, It's been a long time since I've done this. Okay, so I have to return these coins to Nico. Well, welcome. I appreciate that, man. I hope you enjoy it here. We have a lot of content. I'm taking this week off from Stellaris in case you guys weren't aware of that, just because I need a break. So I'm going to play Star Wars Galaxies all week just as a way to decompress, because my Stellaris videos take entirely too long for me to put together whenever I'm as stressed as I am at work. So I'll go ahead and do that. This deal is getting worse all the time. Alright, so we're going to find this Dernier person. Before we do that, we received a new object. Ray? Yeah, I can see that. Oh, here we go. We got a tech pack of stamina. I'm actually going to equip this. I love the way the tech packs look. So that's cool. That looks dangerous. Looks high-tech. Alright, start putting stuff in here that I want to save. Just really like nothing. That in there. Can't do that, I'm sure. Oh, it worked. Did not expect that. Alright, we'll sell the rest of these to a drunk dealer later. Oh yeah, blue is my favorite lightsaber. I haven't seen the new Battlefront yet. Everyone was talking about it in my organization, but I haven't looked at it quite yet. Now, we have... here's what I wanted to look at. We have this Force Crystal. Meditating using this crystal will reveal to you a task that needs to be completed to bring balance to yourself. So, go ahead and do that, and this item starts a quest. Learn how the Force flows. The Force affects not only people, but the very planet itself. You'll visit 2 examples of places where the Force changed the area. Okay, I will do that. A little disappointed I don't get a weapon or anything cool. Oh no, the Oasis is really far away. Okay, let's see, where is the Oasis? Show the planet real quick. So guys, these are 10 kilometers by 10 kilometers. This is huge. Open world. Pretty awesome. There we go. Trying to get that. It's over here. So where's the nearest shuttle port? Okay, Beggar's Canyon. This will be just like Beggar's Canyon back home. I do have a Discord, but I'm currently in my organization Discord, and it's not public, so I can't give it out. The Discord we have is just, you know, a throwaway one for multiplayer, so I can delete it if necessary. Yes. I would definitely do that. The entire time. In fact, here, in front of me right here, this is a merchant tent that I'm coming up to right now. Back in the day, before we had the vendor search, which will show you like all the stuff in the galaxy, the original concept of this game is that there was never going to be a perfect information system, and a perfect information system is a kiosk that pretty much shows you what everything is. So you would actually have to shop around. So at the beginning, like I would find somebody's merchant tent, or I would hear by word of mouth that there is somebody here that sells really good items, and I could come in here and check them out. And you can see this loaded. This is how they've decorated it, which is pretty cool. And they have their vendors here. Very neat. Quest, fashion, Miss Granger. I love it. Okay, so this guy's been pretty active. You can kind of see all the cool stuff that he has here. Yeah, you definitely need to start playing again. SWG Dank. Because if your name is SWG on here, then you must be pretty hardcore about it. So you need to get back in. Welcome to the channel, man. Yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. I was just excited about this. Yeah, but there was no perfect information system. So if I looked here and he had a weapon, I'd have to like go to somebody else's and compare it. And so it would make me more likely to buy from somebody that had a great presentation, just like in real life, whereas we don't always necessarily shop by absolute price. You know, with the internet, it's kind of become a price world, and that's why Amazon wins. But before that, I mean, you knew that you could go to Sears and get something back, you know, 20 years ago. Or you know, where else would you get it? So you would do that because it was convenient and you knew it, regardless of the price. All right, let's see, vendor Misk. Let's see what's on here. Just because I'm here, see what they have for sale. He's got nothing. What's on the ranger vendor? Maybe it's creature supplies. Nothing. This guy isn't active anymore. Let's see the fashion. You know, I like, I have to look good, guys, whenever I play. There's nothing here. Okay. Your vendors are probably going to go bye-bye pretty soon. It's unfortunate. I hope this guy logs in. And then whenever you see something like this, somebody clearly put a lot of effort into this. They like the game. And if they haven't logged in long enough for all their stuff to be delisted, you just wonder, like, did something happen to that person? You know, are they okay? At least I wonder. You know, it's like, what would be left for me? Okay, why did it get canceled? All right, so here we go. So we have this X-wing that I just called down, and it keeps going away. I see what's happening. It's because I hit my left mouse button. I have to undo that. Okay, so this is my instant travel vehicle. So if you're out here, you can use this to go anywhere on the planet pretty instantly. I'll go ahead and do that, and I want to go down to Beggar's Canyon because that gets me closest to this oasis, so I can finish my Jedi quest. All right, you guys are having a good time in the chat. Let me catch up. Yeah, best Star Wars character of all time. So I take it that we're not limited to the movies, right? I don't know. That's a hard one. There were so many. I mean, if I had to choose out of all Star Wars movies, books, everything, the best Star Wars character of all time, I'm going with Kyle Katarn. And, you know, obviously I have the name. But he's a really interesting character. You know, has his own story path. Doesn't walk the straight and narrow Jedi path. Tempted by the dark side, gives in to the dark side, comes back from the dark side. Trains Mara Jade. All good things. Also, Mara Jade is awesome. Should throw that out there too. And the fact that she won't be a part of Star Wars going forward is super disappointing. That's right. Kyle Katarn is very much like Chuck Norris. But the Jedi Knight 2 was probably my favorite game growing up. Alright, so I've made it to the Oasis, and now they want me to go to the Ruined Village. It's only 3K over. There's nothing near it, so I'll just drive. Oh, Bib Fortuna. I can see that. He's certainly very creepy. There's something about it. Like, the Twi'lek women look fantastic. I mean, totally makes me think inappropriate things, right? But when I see him, I'm like, ugh, dude, like, do you have a skin condition? What's going on there, bro? You know? Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you, the Jedi Knight 2 was my favorite game growing up. I still have it. Still played it recently. It's awesome. I just love that. But part of the problem that I had with LucasArts was they got into this, like, I want to say feedback loop on Discovery, right? So what do I mean? All right, Kyle Katarn, you start out as a non-Jedi, right? And then you learn the Force, and you end up getting your lightsaber, and you start to, you know, accumulate power. That's great. That's cool. We all wanted the lightsaber. He gets the lightsaber pretty much level 3, I believe. And then he starts kicking ass with it if he wants to. That's awesome. Then they got into this like Knights of the Old Republic system where it was like, okay, well, you're not a Jedi, so you're gonna go through like a third to half the game where you don't have your lightsaber, and you have to have this epic quest to build it. And that works once or twice. But then they did the same thing with KOTOR 2. And it's just like, geez, I just want to be a Jedi from like the drop of the hat. And then I think they probably, you know, heard our cries about that with like Jedi Academy and stuff like that. But still, you know, I hated how it seemed like all of our games at that point were kind of like finding yourself. Skippy the Force sensitive droid. I don't. That would be interesting. You see, I allow myself to see spoilers for like things like Rogue One and stuff because they're not technically Star Wars, you know, like episodes. But for episode 8, I'm not allowing myself to see any spoilers. I want to be completely surprised. I did the same thing going into episode 7. Didn't allow myself to see anything. I saw the first trailer that was kind of disappointing with like Kylo's lightsaber and stuff. Oh, I gotta destroy 10 twisted creatures. It's become difficult. You lack discipline. Alright, so let's do that. You have been twisted with the dark side. I must end your existence. Immortal men will suffer. It's kind of cool. So we have like Star Wars chat going on in the chat, which is awesome. Anything you guys are into, totally cool. I appreciate having you here. See, I want to, the first time I see the movie, I want to judge it on its own merits. So if I'm disappointed, it's not because I saw something that like, you know, made me prejudiced against it in some way. I just want to know that it's okay or it's not, or, you know, like what I see in the theater is the only thing that I'm going to judge it by, which is why I didn't have a problem with episode 7. And probably why I didn't really overtly notice that it was episode 4. Because I was just letting the experience unfold for me, and I wasn't going into it with any kind of like perceived notion that this is going to happen or I should be expecting that. And I totally get that. I mean, that's a lot of people are like that. My cousins are like that. Jorgie, he knows he's not allowed to talk to me about that stuff. All right. So we are level 14. I received a heal, which is pretty cool. Let me put that heal right here so that I separate it off and I don't accidentally fire it. I think I just broke my toe. That really hurt. I don't recommend it. I have one of those DX Racer chairs, and I went to get up and my toe slipped. Ugh. Things are heavy duty, but they don't move. So you run into it with your toe, it's gonna hurt. Okay. Chair's pricey, but I shouldn't give them a free plug. I like it though, so what can I say? I paid an arm and a leg for it, and I would do it again. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And then the other 5 times I saw it after that in the theater, it was still cool. I haven't really watched it at home all that much. It was like Rogue One. I went to see Rogue One 4 times. I wanted to go more, but my wife just wouldn't go, and then she got all upset. She's like, you already went a bunch of times. I'm like, honey, it's Star Wars. How can you possibly, like, you know, tell me no? Alright, so we got Beast Die. That's just what we needed. Okay, so we need to go see Soul Windtide in Beston. After this commercial message. me get away from them. If I get down here in the valley, I can call my ship. Oh. And my toe really hurts. Humans with tentacle. The Nautilins? Beautiful. What do we... Nice. I have no idea what you guys are talking about now. That's nice. Yeah. There we go. That's a little better. Alright, so we're going to Bestine. I think he's right outside the starport. Twi'leks. Oh, absolutely. Twi'leks are... Twi'leks are ridiculously hot. I have a thing for blue women now. I think people that grew up with the original series like green women from the Orions, but me, since I grew up with, you know, Star Wars, blue Twi'lek girls, it's my weakness. Alright, pretty awesome. So, this is a starport. We haven't been in one yet, so you guys can kind of see what they look like. They're the same on all of the planets. The building always has the same layout, which helps you identify it. Soul Windtide. So what's up, Soul? Alright, plasma shield generator. Super disappointed. That's all we got. Should I tell that story or not? Yes, I was well aware of that as a young kid. In fact, I probably wore out the VHS tape at that point. I was a little pervert. All right. Hey, so there's some Mandalorian armor. Pretty cool. We went back to Mos Eisley. For you, Alex. XR Coon. I'm just trying to look back through the chat. I was all driving and talking and not paying attention. Darth Bane, yeah. Alright, so we're going to find Dernier, and we're going to continue our legacy quest now. I am up to level 15. It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm going to go to 11:30. My wife should be home by then, and then I'll call it a night. Alright, we'll complete this. I'm always interested in credits. Give me the credits. Alright, I'm going to drop off a package. Do some courier work now. Also, just looking at some of these 88. I haven't got a random drop yet that I could use, which is kind of unfortunate, because that would be nice. Yeah, I wish I could draw, honestly, because I'm like jealous of some of the people that can do all of that amazing artistic work. The stuff I do in my videos is only because I have video editing software and I buy the, you know, the templates for After Effects so I can, you know, do my own plugins and change them and adapt them to what I want, but I don't have a whole lot of creativity myself, unfortunately. At least in stuff like that, but I've seen some amazing drawings of Darth Talon, which is where I was going with that. Alright, so here we are. I gotta talk to this Toki Bok. What a name. And man, he's pretty tall. Alright, so Dernier is gonna get that, and now what? I forget what happens next. Maybe I go to the White Thronta. Yeah, I gotta pick up the package. Alright. Yeah, well, I'm the same way. I can't draw at all. But I have learned how to do some cool stuff on the computer, Photoshop. I'm all self-taught. I wish I had time, or I could find something online that would really help me learn advanced skills in those. But I don't have the freehand drawing ability to ever really be able to get the max out of those programs, I don't think. I mean, just looking at it, though, knowing that I have no artistic value, I think I do pretty well on things like my thumbnails for YouTube and stuff. Alright, so here we are at the White Thranta shipping facility. This is actually going to be a, that's what I wanted to do. That's really annoying me. Okay. Oh, thank God. Now whenever I click my right mouse, it's not going to fire off that special, or try to, all the time. We're here to pick up a package. Alright. So that's excellent. How you doing there? Yeah? Time to get off today? Huh. Okay, well I gotta run. See ya. I'll tell you what I'm really good at, though, and I don't know if this is a skill or if I should be proud of this. I can't create things, but I am really, really, really good at adapting somebody else's work and making it better. I guess that's a skill. I'm a little embarrassed by that, but if I see something, I could always be like, huh, okay, I can take this and I can combine it with this and I can make this and it'll be awesome. But if you just gave me a blank slate of anything and said do something, it probably wouldn't be that great. Alright, so we're almost through the Mos Eisley part of the Legacy quest. That bunker that we were in back there, the White Thranta shipping company, will be pretty much where we go for the rest of the time. I've noticed on my live streams, I keep saying I'm gonna do something for like another half hour, and then I like fall asleep a couple minutes later. I'm tired as hell, so I'm gonna complete this and see what the other job is. Remos. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's gonna send me back to that facility. So I'm going to check with him, and if so, I'm going to end this for the night, because I don't want to get involved in that quest yet, because I'm exhausted. So let's take a look. Yeah, I think that you kind of need that to succeed on YouTube. You need that creative spark, too, to think of new ideas, but really, there's a lot of people that do things that are successful. It's just a matter of, you know, making your own version of it, really. Okay, yeah, so they want me to go to the White Thranta. Plan the security virus, then I have to go through it and kill everybody, and it's gonna be crazy. So I'll go ahead and accept that quest, and then I'm gonna set myself up for tomorrow, because I'm gonna stream tomorrow if you're available. If not, the replay will be up on the channel. So I'm gonna go in here. And I'm going to put myself in the cantina so I have easy access, and then I'm going to call it a night because I am super tired and I'm probably going to go to bed. And realize sometimes I take a quick nap after I get home from work so I can stay up all night working on videos or whatever. And I didn't do that today. I didn't get home till 6:30, so... Alright, so here we are. I mean, this server, you can see this, just, this is 256 meters, and all these blue dots are people. These are characters somewhere out doing something. You know, if I mouse over them, you can see their names. So that's just amazing to me, that there are this many people that are still actively playing this game today. So certainly, if it's something that you're interested in, you should check it out. There's Tim, my musician, again. And I really appreciate you guys joining. I know that sometimes I talk a lot, but these can be fun streams, and hopefully you learned something from it, or you were entertained in some way. So until next time, I really appreciate you guys. I will catch you tomorrow. I'll be streaming this all week, and then try to do a weekly thing after that. I'll see you guys in the verse. Thanks for watching.